Welcome to The Explainer. So, have you ever looked at a map and found something so strange, so completely contradictory to how the physical world is supposed to work that you literally had to do a double take? Well, today we're diving into a geographical puzzle that genuinely defies all logic and completely breaks the fundamental rules of how we picture our planet.
Just picture this for a second. Can an island be inside a lake that sits on another island right in the middle of the ocean? It sounds like a total paradox, right? Honestly, it sounds more like a riddle you'd hear in some fantasy novel, or maybe just a weird glitch on a digital map. But I'm here to tell you that this impossible-sounding setup is, in fact, incredibly real. And it exists right now.
All right, let's jump into Section 1, a place that shouldn't exist, a geographic puzzle that defies logic.
And that brings us to Section 2, the geographic Russian doll, layering land and water.
You know, typically, islands are supposed to be pretty straightforward. They're isolated bodies of land completely surrounded by water. They definitely aren't supposed to be stacked inside of each other. But we are talking about the Taal Volcano, over in the Philippines, which happens to host one of the absolute most mind-bending environments on Earth. Let's really zoom in here, because the sheer scale of this is amazing. We start out in the ocean with a massive landmass, the island of Luzon. But sitting right inside Luzon is an enormous body of water called Taal Lake. Rising out of Taal Lake is another piece of land, Volcano Island. Inside Volcano Island, there's yet another crater lake. And finally, sitting right inside that crater lake is a tiny little speck of land known as Vulcan Point. When you actually map the whole thing out, you realize the sheer absurdity of what we're looking at. It is an island, in a lake, in an island, in a lake, in an island. I mean, nature is literally stacking land and water like geological Russian dolls. It's this completely bizarre sequence that feels like somebody just hit copy and paste on the terrain over and over again, shrinking it down each time.
Moving on to Section 3, forged by volcanic fire. Let's look at why this place actually exists.
Now, Taal isn't just some beautiful, static puzzle for map nerds to obsess over. It is a highly dynamic and very active volcano system. This strange geography isn't just some random accident. It's the direct result of incredible geothermal power totally reshaping the Earth. Over thousands of years, these super violent eruptions continuously remade this landscape. First, massive ancient explosions actually carved out an enormous depression that eventually filled with water, and that formed the really large lake. Then, later eruptions built up new volcanic cones that rose right above the water to create brand new islands. And eventually, the craters of those new islands also filled up with water, forming the smaller lakes inside them. It was just this continuous, violent cycle of destruction and creation that built this incredible layered anomaly from the ground up.
Which brings us to Section 4, the hidden danger below, a calm view hiding real danger.
It is incredibly easy to just admire this location as a fun, quirky little geography fact. But we absolutely have to respect the fact that this layered marvel is a severe, active threat to anyone who lives anywhere near it. Taal is actually one of the most active volcanoes in the Philippines. It's so easy to marvel at it from a peaceful distance where the view looking down at the lakes is, famously serene. It has this breathtaking, calming beauty. But an unpredictable close-up reveals a much more chaotic reality. That peaceful exterior is hiding an incredibly volatile and dynamic interior that can literally change at a moment's notice.
To truly put the severity of this active threat into perspective, we literally only have to look back to the year 2020. That year, this seemingly peaceful nesting doll of an island erupted violently. It sent colossal ash clouds kilometers up into the sky and forced thousands of people to evacuate their homes immediately. It was a terrifying, real-world reminder that the fiery forces that created this geographical wonder are still very much alive, churning right beneath the surface of those beautiful lakes.
All right, our final section, Section 5, a glitch in reality. Why it feels like it shouldn't exist.
When you take all of this in, the beautiful layering of land and water, the explosive history spanning thousands of years, the active and totally unpredictable threat, it completely breaks how we normally imagine geography. It's confusing, it's incredibly rare, and it proves one fundamental truth. Earth simply doesn't follow simple rules. Vulcan Point and the Taal Volcano aren't just trivia answers at a pub quiz. They are towering proof that nature is wildly creative and completely unbound by human expectations. Nature is capable of creating places so incredibly strange that they feel like a literal glitch in reality, like the physical code of the planet that just broke for a second, leaving us with this magnificent paradox.
So I want to leave you with this question to ponder.
What other geological glitches are hiding in plain sight? If an island in a lake, in an island in a lake, in an island can exist right out there in the open, what other seemingly impossible phenomena are scattered across our planet just waiting to be uncovered and understood? Keep your eyes open, keep questioning the world around you, and for sure, stay curious. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will catch you on the next one.